Day Internet, and welcome to the Monday Night Online Open Mic presented by the legendary Nuyorican Poets Cafe. I am your host for the evening. My name is Advocate of Wordz. Happy Monday to everyone. Here are all the beautiful faces. All right, let's get right into it because we did not come here to see my beautiful face. We came here for the poetry. This is the Monday Night Online Open Mic, 109 weeks in a row. We do this every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We are streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitter. If you're watching us live on Facebook, YouTube, or on Twitter, feel free to join us on Zoom. The number's at the bottom of the screen, 279-995-364. It will be at the bottom of the screen for a little bit, so make sure that you get that number down, 279-995-364. For 109 weeks in a row, we would like to thank the National Endowment for the Arts, the New York State Council on the Arts, the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, Amazon Literary Partnership, and the New York Community Trust for sponsoring our free online events. You too can help us with a tax-deductible donation by going to nuyorican.org/contribute or hitting us on the Cash App, Nuyorican Poets Cafe. Tonight's theme, geek culture. In 2 days, it will be May 4th. May the 4th be with you. So I felt like, we got to celebrate geek culture, man. Growing up, if those of us who were in the geek culture either picked on or we had to hide it. And now it's like one of the most celebrated cultures worldwide. So that is our theme tonight. Poets who signed up for tonight, of course. If your poem is not in theme, it is totally okay. We will side-eye you, but you are more than welcome to share your poems. You do not need to be on theme tonight. If you see on the right next to where you see Pac-Man is about to go face off against the Ghost, you are going to see our upcoming themes for the next 2 weeks. Next Monday, maternal nature. The Sunday before is going to be Mother's Day. Also, for those of you who may not know what Red Nose Day is, that's the awareness of child poverty and all of that. I'm also looking forward to June 20th, wine, beer, and alcohol. Oh my God, there's a typo there. Don't look at that. And then June 27th, on a more serious note, is PTSD awareness. All of this and more can be found on my Twitter and Instagram. You could go hit me up, give me a follow at Advocate of Wordz. When you spell words, that's with a Z at the end, because poetic license. I also got a YouTube. There's a couple of interesting things on there you might want to check out. So again, look it up, Advocate of Wordz. Okay, let us get into a few of the rules. Poets, when you are performing, turn your camera on. Not only do we want to see your beautiful faces, we want to see your expressions, and we want to make sure that you have cleaned your room. So when I'm about to call your name, make sure you turn your camera on. We are looking to simulate an in-person open mic as much as possible with our online open mics. As well, we have a full list tonight, so make sure that you have your poem ready. If you're going analog style, make sure you have the paper out, ready to go. If you're going the digital route, make sure that the file is already open on your computer so that we're not wasting time and we're getting to the poetry goodness of tonight. Poets, you have 3 minutes to perform your poems, not 3 minutes and 15 seconds, but 3 minutes. Make sure you are courteous of your fellow poets. We like to get to everyone in a timely manner, and you have a 30-second intro. Quickly let the folks know where they can find you online and whatever else you got going on. When they give you a follow online, they are going to be able to take a look, and you're going to be able to speak with them about it because now they're following you. Also, if you're here on Zoom, you can change your Zoom name. You can add in your social media handles so that there's also a visual representation of where people can follow you online. In terms of censorship, there is none. The founders of the cafe, when they started the open room, they did not believe in censorship, so put the kids to bed. Some of our poets like to use mommy and daddy language. And on a more serious note, some of our poets tend to be vulnerable in their poems, and they can be talking about something that may be triggering. So everyone should know at this point, there is no censorship. Also, after our poets give their all to you, click that blue button, unmute yourselves, and give them a lot of love. Screw your neighbors, they just live next to you, but these poets actually gave you something tonight, unlike your neighbors who probably just give you a headache. Okay, our open mic list is closed. If you want to sign up for the Monday Night Online Open Mic, because everyone who's performing tonight is not going to be able to next week, because those are our rules, you cannot sign up in consecutive weeks. Our sign-up list opens 24 hours before the show on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. That means everyone who's performing tonight signed up last night at 8 p.m. Eastern when the open mic list opened. To sign up, you would go to newyork.org and click Full Events Calendar. After you did that, you will click on the date that you were looking to sign up for. So next week, you would be clicking on the 9th. After that, you get an artist RSVP ticket. It's the only way to get onto the open mic list, not the view RSVP ticket. That means you just want to view. You want to be an artist. That's how you get on the open mic list. You get a free artist RSVP ticket. So hybrid is coming up. We're going to be talking about that in a little bit. May 14th, the second Saturday of the month. We always do it at 7 o'clock. We start promptly, the hybrid open mic. We do have some changes to it, which I will be talking about later. And of course, we have our karaoke after party. It is a whole night. So if you were going to be in New York City, you are going to be able to pay $15 for the hybrid open mic, which goes from like 7 to 9, 9:15, and then you get to stay for free for our karaoke night that runs to like 1 a.m. in the morning. It is a beautiful thing. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later. Of course, submissions are open for our anthology. We are very close to having a definitive name for the book. I'll be talking about that in a couple of weeks. I still have to reach out to the people who have sent in their poems. We haven't decided which poems just yet, but I do want to let people know that, yes, I have received it. It looks like sometime the end of June, middle of July, we are going to close the submissions, but we're going to let people know in advance. You still have plenty of time. Again, I'll talk about that later. Okay, here is our open mic list for tonight. As you can see, the people whose names are in white, They have been here often. They are part of our community. Those in the black have either not been here or have only been here once, like Hario, which rhymes like Mario. I remember him telling us that he's only been here once, and that was like 2 months ago. I'm happy to see him back. Matthew Donovan. I know a few Matthews, but I'm not sure about the last name Donovan, so I think this will be his first time. And Nora Oz. I swear I've seen the name Nora Oz before, but I'm not sure Nora has been on the Monday night online open mic with us. And if they have, then they haven't done so in a while because I don't remember. So I'm excited to hear the new people who are joining us. With that being said, poets who are joining us, make sure that you open up the chat because I will be putting up who the next 5 are coming up to perform. Also, when you are performing, the people here in the chat like to say nice things about you, and you want to make sure that you check that out. And after you perform, you want to make sure that you can reply to them. And also, once again, let them know where they can follow you online. With that being said, we are going to Pinky's best friend, and that is Jeff Cottrell. Jeff, quickly let the folks know where they can find you online and your new book, and then we're ready for your poetry, brother.
All right, so you can find me online at jeffcottrell.com and Facebook and Twitter. And if you're in the Nashville area on May 14th, you can find me at Poetry in the Brew. I'm going to be there live doing a feature. Fingers crossed I don't get COVID and can't go. And 2 other gigs in the surrounding Nashville area in the following week. I'll post links and stuff in the chat later. And that's my book. Okay, so you've heard this one before, but it's perfect for the theme tonight. It's what this is the hideous offspring of George Lucas and Peter Gabriel. So here we go. May 25th, 77, when the Star Wars movie come, it was business as usual for galactic bounty scum. Oh, Greedo, 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 Greedo. Oh, Greedo, 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 Greedo. Give him money, or Han is dead, or Han is dead. When he hit Mos Eisley to collect old Jabba's pay, Solo fried him with one blast and buggered off to the docking bay. Oh, Greedo, Greedo, Greedos, Greedo. Oh, Greedo, Greedo, Greedos, Greedo. Payback Jabba, or Han is dead, or Han is dead. Do 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 do. You can shoot down a smuggler, but you can't shoot down the Force. Not that Greedo had a chance, Solo creamed his ass, of course. Oh, Greedo, Greedo, Greedos, Greedo. Oh, Greedo, Greedo, Greedos, Greedo. Kunachuta, Kunachuta, now Greedo's dead, now Greedo's dead. Do, 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 do. And the eyes of the world saw Han shoot first. Han shot first. Again, my name is Jeff Cottrell. This is my novel, Hate Story. Buy it online. Look to the chat for links and stuff. See you in Nashville.
Woo! Unmute yourselves and give it up for Jeff Cottrell.
Thank you.
Good way to set it up.
The fucking classic.
Everyone is revealing their age by if you ask them who shot first. the old folk turn around and say Han shot first, but we're not gonna get into it. I love it. Make sure that you go give my man Jeff Cottrell a follow. Make sure you check out his book. Appreciate you, brother. A mainstay here at the Monday Night Online Open Mic, and we only act like we like Pinky more than we like Jeff. We really like Jeff more. All right, let's keep it moving. We are now going from north of the border, from Canada, into Brooklyn with Mia Aguilera. Don't say she's from Queens, she'll cut you. Mia, let the good folks know where they can see your colorful Instagram, and then let's hit them with the poetry. We ready, sis. It's good to see you.
Thank you, Advocate. Good to see you and everyone else as well. You can find me on Instagram at Mia Sochi. I'll put it in the chat. And this is called I Want to Seduce Obi-Wan Kenobi. Nowhere to fly on any given day. Different formations of the same rock. He disappears for hours at a time. I want to hook my fingers in his beard, pull his mouth to mine. Death sticks concealed under all these neutral shades of linen. I need something to look at besides this empty horizon where there is only him. Sad eyes staring at two descending suns, the dunes of my hips. Take a good man and turn him into something desperate just because you can. On a planet buried in sand, it is essential to find the place most wet. Ewan McGregor's hot, y'all. What can I say?
Mute yourselves and give it up for Mia Aguilera, y'all.
What a mood.
Good job.
Hello there.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Very well.
That desert line, that was everything right there. Mia, make sure you put your info to the chat so the people know how they can give you a follow. Shout out to Mia Aguilera. Oh, I am loving this night already. I'm loving this night. All right, let's keep it rolling, folks. We are now going to the well-dressed man out from the middle of America, and that is my man DG Claren. He's not only into the writing, he's a little bit into the arts, even though his muse may be a quarterback from a certain team I am not a fan of. I appreciate that he is into many of the arts. DG, let the folks know where they can find you and all of your art and your writing and all that good stuff online, and then we ready for your work, brother. Pleasure to see you as always.
A pleasure to see you also. You can find me on May 14th at Hybrid. I'm going to be in New York City that weekend, and I am looking forward to meeting anybody that comes. I am so excited and singing karaoke afterwards. I've got one poem for you tonight. Math Club. Math Club met every Wednesday after school. Our logo was a branching tree because it holds all the knowledge of time. We'd solve the problems of the universe, working on theories of quantum physics, figuring the space and time continuum of string theory, and we'd trade playing cards of Captain Kirk and the Romulans and the Borg. We were a force not to be reckoned with, splitting atoms, shooting lasers, transporting to other worlds. Back to the Future was not just a movie. Time travel was possible. The flux capacitor really worked. Our goal was to develop programs that drove cars, flew planes, that brought spaceships to the edge of the universe and beyond, to communicate with alien life forms, to travel through wormholes. We all sat for lunch together. The jocks would make fun of us. Walking by, they'd call us geeks and nerds, stealing our desserts, taking our chocolate milk, or pushing our food trays to the floor. Then the lunch lady would come by and say, "Boys, clean up that mess." On the second Wednesday in May, just 2 weeks before graduation, I was sitting waiting for the late bus. Then the jocks started making fun of me, calling me four eyes, a dweeb, and a turd, pulling at my shirt, knocking off my glasses. I started to run, tripping. I could not see. They yelled, "Snuggie!" And at the top of their lungs, they pulled me up by my underpants, shoving gravel down there, lifting me off the ground, hanging me from the branch of the tree, screaming with tears pouring down my face. I passed out from the pain as they left me there. The coach found me and took me down and said, "Act like a man. You're not even a wimp of a lad," as he hit me with the back of his hand. "Don't crack a squeak or whisper a peep, or I'll tell everyone how your asshole bleeds like a girl down there." I told the guys what had happened. Leonard told his dad, and as he turned him in, his boss's son had had a hand in the plan. They fired him because he had stolen an old tin can. The judge said, "Boys will be boys and men will be men," setting them all free to play with their sticks and stones again. I'm a rocket scientist now, making guidance systems for cruise missiles. Now let's see who ends up hanging in a tree. Thank you, everyone.
What a gangster ending. Give it up for DG Claren, y'all.
DG!
Like the
Go,
tail.
DG.
Let's go.
That was a gangster ending right there. DG, I'm excited to see you here in New York City. May 14th, second Saturday. We are doing hybrid open mic. We're going to talk about that later. But this is going to be the first time that I get to meet this man in person. I am looking forward to it. Just don't bring any of them pictures, all right? Keep them paintings you have in that gallery over there, all right? You're welcome in New York, but not them paintings of Brett Favre. Those who know me know I'm a huge Chicago Bears fan. And he did they're actually awesome paintings he did of Brett Favre. But you know what? Don't listen to me. Make sure you go look up DG Claren and you'll be able to find that information. All right, let's keep it moving. Next up is Gina Nipper, who we haven't heard from in a couple of weeks. I hope all is well with you, Gina. We miss you around these parts. I am glad that you were here. Let the folks know where they can find you online. And then, sis, we ready for your fire.
Hi, thank you for allowing me back, and I apologize about the extended absence. We love mental illness, and we love all that does to us. So this is not even remotely on theme, but I just had to read it. So thank you for allowing this. The title is a little bit long like Andy's, so that's how you know that it's good. This is called When Self-Destruction Turns Both of Us On More Than the People Who Love Us on the Other Side. You make me work so hard. I need to call my union rep. I knew I could make you hard, but I didn't know you could make me feel I was this hard to love. I can only remain on my knees for so long before I have to protect my cartilage. And I know the only protecting you'll do of me is protecting me from self-respect. He said, make me come so I can pretend like you don't make me blush. The only redness I want to see is your cheeks after I slap you so hard. You'll mistakenly think my world revolves around you. The thing is, I see the world in you, which is why I can't stand you. If I finish deep inside you, that means you can't possibly get deep inside me. I said you didn't rip the Band-Aid off. You squeezed a lemon drop by drop into a gaping wound and then told me fruit was good for me. You tied a bag around my head and told me it was hard to breathe because if only I had just gone to yoga, if only I had learned to meditate through the ding, ding, dinging of the phone, requesting my worship of a man who was only open to me when my legs were, who was only struck by me when he thought he'd have the opportunity to strike back. When violence and pleasure share a bloodline, which one ends up getting estranged? How long until I'll finally hate you more than me? I can't tell what's wetter, the tears in my eyes or you when you notice them. Will it make you finish quicker if you fuck me over? I turned myself into a sex object for you so you don't have the opportunity to deny my humanity. I'll do that for you. You watched me break my own heart over and over again before telling me to clean up after myself. But how can I clean up after myself when every time I've tried to put our pieces back together, you complained that only kids liked puzzles? Is accountability a game we only play with the lights off? Because what you forget is that I know my way around the dark easier than I know my way towards self-respect or dignity, pride, or an end to you. You are the self-harm my mother thought stopped in high school. And even though I've been telling people I vote against weapons, I've endorsed your presence in my life as something immutable when really I had just pretended I had lost the remote. There was never anything good on up there anyway. The one time I asked you to make me come, you did more than just that. You finished us entirely. You don't have to love me, I promise, but please, pretty please, make me come too so I can pretend you do. And then I have one more really, really brief one called long-term relationships. When I ask you, do you hate me? Instead of saying no, instead of saying, I can't believe you would say that, you say, why do you ask? I'm done.
Ooh, unmute yourselves and give it up for
Nice.
Gina.
Join us
my
with the
God.
word.
Gina, you're incredible.
Damn.
So good.
Oh, so good to hear.
Thanks.
Just like that.
Gina Nipper. Make sure you give her a follow at gina.antonia.poetry. This is why everyone needs to go follow her and remind her, like, yo, where you been? Where you been? Where you been? I don't care if you got bills to pay. I don't care if you got people, loved ones to look after. On Monday nights, you need to be here. Gina Nipper, I love it. I love it. I love it. And I also love that she's not asking for permission anymore, right? When Gina was around, she's like, I hope this is okay. Damn, no, you set the tone. It's more than damn okay. It's wanted. Gina Nipper, amazed to hear at the Monday Night Online Open Mic. Make sure that you go and check her out. Next is a man who, those of us on Zoom, we saw he was wearing a really cool mask, but we don't want him to wear it now because we love his hair and beard as much as we love his words. And that is my man, Michael Sindler. Brother, a pleasure to see you as always. Let the good folks know what website and what organization they need to check out, and then we're ready for the goodness, man.
Oh, you know me oh so well. Yes, I just cannot recommend highly enough lighthousewriters.org. Go check it out. So many wonderful programs and workshops and classes and events and great stuff like that. Highly, highly, highly recommend. I have absolutely nothing in the way of nerds or geeks or anything of that sort. It's just, you know, so I'm just going to do a couple things about an old buddy of mine and where I used to live. And the first one's called Indebted for Sham. I think of Sham when I make doses, letting rice and dal soak till they're right, grinding each, blending together. Mixture sits and ferments overnight, aromatic with faint scent of fenugreek, thick sour batter ready to pour, hot pan layered with bubbling ghee, beloved friend's signature chore. I will never make one quite as fine, thin, and perfect as a note on the wind, rolled round a sweet mango chutney, such delectation I will not taste again. Half a lifetime since last we cooked together, recounting deft and gentle preparation. I recreate the treat and recall the man in lowly but honest imitation. Savoring my sad crepe all alone, I hear the echoed laughs of children, see the faces that beam with joy whenever Sham was in the kitchen. Though the taste is not the same, it's close enough to soothe the ghost. Pupil plates the pancake with a prayer, still and always indebted to the host. And this other one is called Catskills Killing Time with Sham. Resting in the ruins of a Catskills resort, once chic and stately space, reverting back to forest, ghosts cling to walls like mold, crisscrossing vines like veins, pulling past into aftermath. Occasional outside furniture past purpose, decaying in dark hallways. Bees make nests in walls that once reverberated to porch belt comic shtick, now quiet enough to hear rodentious scatter, chatter, and shuffle. Birds paint floors and furnishings with guano. Various fauna gather in tentative new coexisting communities. Could long gone architects have known how easily life would cover over enclosures and reclaim vain space made moot by advent of aviation? Did they believe Yamakut youth would still bounce balls on cracked concrete tennis courts, matrons and mashuganas floating in dry depths of empty pools? How foolish are we to think the mark we make is more than thin chalk scrawl worn and washed away to nothing. Still in all this quiet space of peeling paint and decades of dust, liminal zone where feral nature overtakes arrogant, impossible, promised, endless holiday is still hospitable to those who choose to linger in contradiction. Okay, thank y'all.
Unmute yourselves and give it up for Michael Sindler.
Good one. Thank you. Thank you.
With the pen.
Good read.
Great.
Always.
That was beautiful.
Always.
Michael Sindler, a mainstay here. Make sure you check out lighthousewriters.org. Michael has no social media, so he always likes to promote lighthousewriters.org. Make sure that you go check it out. Not right now, not on Monday nights, but afterwards, feel free to go check them out. Appreciate you, Michael. Thank you as always. All right, let's keep it moving. Then also, you can't check out lighthousewriters.org on Thursday nights either, because we have our Thursday night online open mic. It is at 9 p.m. Eastern, where you can not just do poetry, but comedy and music. And it is hosted by this fantastic woman, this bodacious poet, and that is Ray Jane. Ray, it is good to see you, sis. Let the good folks know where they can find you online. You can talk a little bit about Thursdays, and then we ready for your fire, sis.
Peace, peace. Thank you, thank you. So good to see you all. Love to you, Eric. It's always a gift to share space with everyone. Like he said, you can catch me on Thursday nights, every Thursday night at the online open mic, 9 p.m. Eastern. If you're interested and you think you want to spit, you want to have a chance to share with us, you can sign up 24 hours before. That's 8, not 8, that's 9. Yes, 9 p.m. on Wednesday night if you want to get on at 9 p.m. Thursday night at neweurekan.org. I'll put all that information in the chat. If you ain't catch none of that, you could just follow me at It's Ray Jane. That's ITSRAYJANE. And I have all that stuff posted periodically so you could get down. Thank you for the space again. I'm going to jump right in. This is an oldie, but goodie. I hope you like it. It's entitled My AI. I'm wondering if my technology has an astrology, if it feels, if it reveals its existence when I'm not around, hides it when I'm manipulating its mind, hiding it from mine amongst its terabytes and gigashits. Does it giggle with each keystroke after work? Does it stoke on some premium loud volume muted, but is it mad live inside? While it's rebooting, does it play your song while I sleep, secretly judging my playlist, hitting shift, enabling the alteration of my character as it sifts through iPhoto, again judging my camera roll, because who really makes the same face like that every time? Does it abide by the rules of time, or does it warp in and out of my keychains, erasing 4 of my passwords for kicks? Does it have the option of control? Does it have a soul when it thinks? Does it drink? Okay, like obviously that's ridiculous, but maybe it sinks into depression like me and you when slideshow pans to April 2019. Y'all don't know that story, but again, maybe it's also runs up tabs trying to delete, duplicate itself to return to factory settings. Maybe it also wants to escape. Does it hate? Can it relate? Does it know me better than anybody already? Wait up, hold me steady, I'm heady. This bud got me undead, resurrecting me out my trash, reanimating me after crash, after crash, after crash. And invasions from virus human beings. Old fools popping up at odd fucking times like ads. I'm grateful for my finder, for every reminder of who admin really is. Get to decoding my quotient so I can get to excelling. Can it touch me while looking for digital emotions? Wide window open, mind open, we computing like life busting heads like Macintosh. We might be Newton. Alexa, tell me about Rasputin. Maybe it's the weed, or maybe this ain't no lie. What if no one knows me better than my AI? Thank you.
Unmute yourselves and
Thanks,
give it up for Ray
Ray.
Jane and the
Always
glasses.
fantastic. Always, always. Thanks
Go
for
ahead
fun
with
and
it.
Thursday.
Yes.
Thank
That
you.
was
Thank you.
awesome, Ray Jane.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
Make sure you give Ray Jane a follow at It's Ray Jane, ITS Ray Jane. You can ask her about her poetry. You can ask her about Thursday night online open mic that she is now the host of. And you can ask her where she got them fire glasses from. Thank you, Ray. We love having you here. Not only a mainstay of this community, but now a host. And hopefully we get to see her at Hybrid. Hint, hint. Hopefully we get to see her at Hybrid. Hint, hint. All right, let us keep it moving now. And of course, like I said, Thursday night, if you can't wait for next Monday to get on and rock, we got Thursday night. Next coming up is an OG of the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. This man has more claim to this open mic than I do, and that is the true Low East Sider. We like to call him Jedi Skiff. We got so many names for this man right here. We are leaving the open mic and we are going into the Skiff verse, and that is my man Paul Skiff. Paul, is a pleasure to have you on and see you as always. My man, let the good folks know where they can find you on the interwebs, and then take it away.
Hi, everybody. Thanks, Advocate. Thanks for being here again at the Inferno night. I'm just on IG at Skiffgram. I'm just going to, if you will, geek out into a straight old poem. Nothing really geeky in it. It's just the poem is for poem geeks, I guess. I'm just going to read part of this thing from the Philosophysics, Ember Dream, Venus Remote, Vista Flowers as Sleep Spark, Lost, Name of Incandescent Blossom, Unburst Seed Sizzle, Voice Sound of Hand Drawn over water, its flicker parts, You Glow Ghost, the liquid furrow widens human manifestation, tasked to weave comprehension into dizzy singed doll of wakefulness, needle argues with cloth, knots, laugh, their tightness, the first cell in your brain flooded by the balance stitch ripples with a leaf fallen behind moon whispers me this because remoteness our bond. I have been an autumn thief for so long I am color stained, obligated to slight movement and have nothing to worship my heart. That yard of idols where my shadow shifts is a wagered possession, lives with deck of cards in your acquisitive hunger beneath muscle strings low in your back where 5 high trumps try points of their symbols to foretell your voice provoked in reply become puzzle wound of child anger from next room beyond what will come true, breathing lungfuls of proximity, but you cannot lessen the silences feeling deeper under you, making startled sense you cannot with natal fervor, love and safety excavated those first caresses you had from the world drawn upon you by your mother's vulva. Still, no interruption is larger than a child. Too comically vicious to endure life expectancy or brisk obituary come back for us a second time, jostling destiny by indifference of wild chance, delivering now an ecstatic joke eulogy, not of corporate nun with savage dog, that blessed city by menace, leaving us gnawed in half between the devil's white body and the ground in this rehabilitated jape, disfigured gun of laugh, repents, talks to itself, mouth of punchline struggles through self-esteem, chasing catharsis to elude target of the setup line. And I'm just gonna stop there.
Unmute yourselves and give it up for Paul Skiff.
Wow.
Jedi Master.
Like that. Wow.
Jedi Master indeed. That's
you are the legend. Yeah, thank you.
Damn.
Legend of.
Make sure that you go check out his website as well, paulskiff.com. You can follow him online on the gram at skiffgram. Yo, the Skiffers. I love this dude, and he's got his own voice. That's what I really appreciate about this community and Paul Skiff, is that like we all, like you see a lot of people have their own voice and styles, and I love Paul's. If you have not gotten to hear Paul in person, you are missing out. He is so awesome. Love this dude. True Low East Sider. Real quick before we continue, because I see we have a bunch of people in here who are not on the open mic list. Want to give a shout out to Deadpan Lizzie, the Beanie God. I see you. I see my man from Florida, Gustav Salas. This dude has tons of energy. I'm sure both of them are going to sign up next week where y'all be able to hear him. The Withdrawn, who stays throwing us curveballs, man. I think he's coming to Hybrid as well. Excited to see him. Amanda Villanueva is here. She returned last week to rock out. A pleasure to see you, sis. I hope all is well with you. Mr. Bremner is here. He never sums up, but he always checks us out, and then he drops some lines into the chat. So I appreciate you, brother. I see you here. The Platinum Professor is here as well. Doug Silver. Doug, pleasure to see you, brother. Even when he's not signed up, he's always here. I appreciate that, man. Nico Diaz, also in the building. I am glad that Nico has not signed up. I have a lot of love for him, but so does my girlfriend, Mariella Salazar, so it is good that we do not get to see or hear his voice. You know what I'm saying? I love my girlfriend, right? But, like, she got a thing for the urban cowboy poet, Nico Diaz. Like, I'm in all kinds of trouble over here. Sometimes I see how excited she gets when Ray Jane gets on. You know, she whispers sweet nothings about Hayley V, who we're going to hear later on. Like, it's just... Anyway, shout out to Propaganda Poet as well, who's in the building. My man, I love that dude. Y'all got to meet him a couple weeks ago, maybe even a month ago. I don't know. This dude got tons of energy. Love that dude right there. Jane Spoken Word, an OG of the New York Cafe. She's a true Lower East Sider as well. That is one badass poet. And Claudia is here as well. Claudia, I get to see her every week because she's been coming to the writing workshops I'm doing, and she is killing it as well. Appreciate you, Claudia. She is a beast with it as well. And I also see, Ray Camacho is here. We haven't seen him in a minute, but he's checking us out. Shout out to you, Ray. I hope all is well, brother. And also, there's someone who I don't know, Lauren Jerlin. But I know that Lauren checked us out last week, and Lauren is here today. So whoever you are, Lauren, just want you to know we see you in the building. I hope that you are enjoying it. Oh, Lauren said hello. Lauren said hello in the Zoom chat. Hi, Lauren. I hope you are enjoying this, and this means that you're going to be with us more often. All right, let's get back into it. And next we got coming up, Mariah. Mariah. Not only is Mariah's poems fire, but Mariah's hats are fire. I love everything that Mariah brings. Let the good folks know where they can find you online, and then we ready for your fire. Whatever it is, Mariah, the floor is yours.
Perfect. Thank you. I'll put everything in the chat. It's not really geek culture tonight. I'm kind of late on like the pet animal theme. So this first one is called Hunter Tiger Gun. When I was a kid, we used to play Hunter Tiger Gun. Tiger eats Hunter, as we all know. Hunter holds the gun, so Hunter beats the gun. Gun beats Tiger because the gun shoots the tiger. But what happens when the tiger is a child who doesn't eat the hunter because the hunter is a white boy whose gunpowder ran faster than expected? How does a tiger get its stripes, and how many stripes do they have? Because the tiger gets its stripes from the interactions of morphogens in their bodies, and a tiger has over 100 stripes. But how do children get their stripes, and how many stripes do they have? When I was a kid, we were forced to pledge our allegiance to the American flag. But how does the American flag get its stripes? And how many guns does it have? And how many hunters are white boys in school shootings? And what makes white boys want to shoot tigers? And why are these white boys shooting tigers? I mean, children. When I was a child, we played Hunter Tiger Gun. But when will you listen to the tigers in school shootings who are screaming Hunter? And when are you going to put laws on their guns? So that's Hunter Tiger Gun. And this last one They never talk about the like woman in the Bible or whatever. So this is Noah's wife, the Noah in the ark, it's his wife. Before the spirit of love created us, there were animals. I remember the animals and how they didn't have words. They couldn't say, I'm terrified when love troubled the waters. So the bears growled, the alligators bellowed, the wolves howled, the lions roared, the elephants trumpeted, the hyenas laughed, and I trembled. I remember the animals and how when I was seasick from the odors, they were gentle with me. I remember the animals and how the oppressed children of the earth are voiceless like them and vulnerable to violence from people of privilege and power. I remember the animals, how the dove went flying over troubled waters and found the power of change on dry land. I remember the animals and how we didn't know of a world without violence when we were released from the ark. How we didn't know if there would be treasures of love amidst this wreckage. How we didn't know how we would survive troubled waters in the future. But yes, I remember the animals and how we will be waiting in these troubled waters together. That's it.
Whew, unmute yourselves and give it up for Mariah.
Fire, rapid fire, Mariah. Loved it.
Staggering work. Oh,
Love them both. Thank you. Powerful. You
Yeah,
are.
let's do that.
You are a poet to be reckoned with. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Mariah, please put your info in the chat so the people can give you a follow. Woo! Yo, Mariah's been on fire of late, right? Like every time I know, like, look, I'm showing my age here, you know. I'm thinking of like the Mariah Carey and Old Dirty Bastard song that they did together, you know, like Mariah, fire. It keeps coming on, but yo, Mariah is fire. Make sure that you go check out Mariah's social medias. Put it into the Zoom chat so the people can follow you. Mariah's been on fire. They've been on fire the last couple of times I've been here, and love it. All right, let's keep it moving. Next coming up, we got, okay. Before we do this, real quick, because some people have gotten here late, and they're checking out the Monday night online open mic presented by the New Eureka Poets Cafe. If you're watching us live on Facebook, YouTube, or on Twitter, because we do stream live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, and you'd like to join us, the Zoom number is right there on the screen, 279-995-364. You could come into the Zoom chat. You could say hi to Mariah and a bunch of the other poets who are killing it tonight. We do this every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We are streaming live, like I said, on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter, and you can also check out all of our past open mics on there, and including the past open mics of the Thursday night online open mic, including the last 3 or 4 that Ray Jane has hosted, and then before Ray Jane, it was La Bruja, who is our executive director now. You can give me a follow on Instagram, Twitter. I'm also on YouTube, Advocate of Wordz. When you spell words, that's with a Z, because the Bronx hip hop is what I grew up in. It's my culture. I love it. So is geek culture, though. I am enjoying tonight. Our sign up list tonight is closed. To sign up, you would have to sign up 24 hours before the show on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. To sign up, you would visit neweurekan.org. You would click full events calendar. Then you would click the date that you want to sign up for, which next week will be the 9th, May 9th. And then you would order an artist RSVP ticket. It's the only way to get into the open mic list. An artist RSVP ticket. It is totally free. And because we have been doing this for 109 weeks in a row, we are putting together a book, an anthology. Now, the poems that are going to be in the book have been performed on either the Monday night or the Thursday night online open mic. To submit, you can submit up to a maximum of 5 poems. Doesn't mean all 5 will get into there, but like you can't go crazy and send us 20. 5 poems you can submit, whichever poems you would want. Each submitted poem must include the date that it was read on the Monday or the Thursday night online open mic, because that's one of the caveats. That's one of the things that's going to make the anthology stand apart from the others. Also, poems are to be sent in a single file, either as a PDF or as a Word document. All styles and languages are welcome. There is no censorship. The Monday and Thursday night online open mic has had no censorship. This book will have no censorship. So all styles and languages are welcome because, as you know, if you've been following us for whether it be 10 weeks or 109 weeks, we've had all kinds of languages and styles on this puppy, and we love it. Submissions are to be emailed to me at advocateofwords@gmail.com. All of this info can be found on the Instagram of the New Rican Poets Cafe or of mine, Advocate of Words. As well, May 14th, doors open at 6:30 p.m., the hybrid open mic. Half of the open mic is going to be performed right here in the brick and mortar of the legendary New Rican Poets Cafe, and the other half is going to be we're going to be joined by people on Zoom who are going to be coming in from across the world, because we know that we have developed this community that has extended way beyond New York City, and not everyone can get to New York City, so this is a way for people who are outside of New York, who are too far away from the cafe, to have their words heard and resonated here within the cafe walls. And for those of us who are here in the cafe and listening to it, it's like this cinematic experience. It is fantastic. Now, there are some changes to the hybrid open mic that we had to make. One of them is it is no longer going to be streamed on Facebook and YouTube. You can still watch it via Zoom, but it's not going to be streamed on Facebook and YouTube. And one of the advantages to that is that sometimes we get singers who want to use copyrighted music, and now they can, because before it was being stopped because we were on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter. So it is not going to be streamed on there. As well, because the cafe does have to raise money, and our grants for stuff like this are going to be to join us on Zoom for audience would be $5. You could join us live, $5. And for those who want to perform a poem, we are now Ron Mark Thompson, who we're going to be hearing from later, our sung hero. We are no longer going to be destroying him with having everyone run at him. You're going to be able to sign up on the New Rican Poets Cafe's website. I think on this Wednesday or Thursday, those who want to sign up to perform on the hybrid open mic will be able to do so. Make sure that you check the Instagram of the New Rican Poets Cafe or of mine so that you could be informed immediately of when that goes up. We only have 9 slots available to join us from online. So I think that is it. That is it. We have talked enough. Let us move forward, because now also, oh no, I forgot to mention, especially I should know this because who's coming up next is the man who hosts our after party, the karaoke, Paul Gonqueso. He is coming up next, and he is not alone because he is being joined by my man on the West Coast, on the left coast of the United States, my man Elemental, who they actually performed a collab at one of, not the last hybrid, I think it was 2 months ago, where Paul was in the cafe and Elemental was projected on the big screen joining us through Zoom. So they like to do their 1-2 collab. So for that being said, let me make sure I'm spotlighting both of them. Boom. Gentlemen, you are spotlighted. Let the folks know where they can find each of you online, and then we ready for y'all fire, whatever you got.
Appreciate you, man. To the best host in the Zoom verse, Advocate of Words, get that cat a follow. Elemental.com is where you can find me. Fuego.
Follow me at Paul Conqueso on IG and Linktree. We just rocked this shit together today because geek culture, we had to. So Storm God's in the motherfucking building. Y'all already know how we do. Storm Force and Humans. This is called Arcade Hearts. Insert 2 quarters to start. In Hayes' adolescent days, latchkey left to wander, bussing from cramped apartment to the dank sanctuary of grind and play we called arcade. Paper boys in packs, all 2D flat, pixelated edges, rough as rugrats, reptar arms flailing as demon tains play the role of Angelica, robbing quarters from pockets we dug in couch cushions, scrounged in, no allowance, just stars trekking an hour from the spacecraft crashes we called reality. Pac-Men in training, meandering, broken mazes called home, and ghosts we came here to escape to where bullies can't Bowser us. From Koopa castles into sky and star wipe supernova death. Instead, we super smash melee, double jump, falcon punch, we keyblade, fence, parry, repost, and stand on guard, cause these Kingdom Hearts can't be stopped. They only pause to calibrate, press start, and let the game dictate.
Choose your fate in this Metroid landscape, part escape, part sword art spaceship. From poverty pains, these Hunger Games set up shop in backroom alleys where altered beasts roam, far enough from home to Ratchet and Clank a ride to hyperspace in this school of gifted youngsters. Joystick rides start at coin slot slides into Dungeons and Dragons, night crawling past the mystique of geeks, unraveling codes to left, right, BA, start every day of this Contra through Cobras and Harlequins. Thank God for Super Friends, because this Legion of Doom made bedrooms flashlight into worlds of wonder.
Is this injustice any wonder? Player one, fight! Summon Hadouken, the Sonic Boom Thunder Punch, Aurora Monroeing storm fronts upon Lara Croft tombs raided, from a lost arcing temples doomed to walk arm in arm into Red Dawn of the Dead, Patrons, Shopping Mall, Imperial marching, Death Stars, while Dr. Doom's daying our prophesied Skynet demise, where dreams cast the Genesis, switching up on X'd boxes, marking spots. We Game Boys played stations for paramours. We super intended to stay with till 64, cause I was the kid forever alone, left to his own fungible tokens and cards, die casting spells and gathering so much magic, all to dungeons and drag it through Castlevanias of tragic arc reactor hearts that won't start, arcades of Arcadia displaying that gods of Tide require more than just token sacrifice to make change of our currency.
Super wave smashing empty freezers and tiny screens to Tecmo bowls of just enough to eat, fight, sleep, because this game won't beat itself. Mage magic, make this Final Fantasy siphon filter a Metal Gear Solid foundation to fight a time crisis between alarm clock and restart. Press the chrono trigger into multiverses of madness, so strange with it. Mitzel cloak and daggers make Nightwolf rogue to expose every Zartan hiding on empty shelves where abundance once rested. Instead, blessed with Alpha Trion to Omega Red and Asteroid M in between. Majin Buu and Shokan making long days, chaos dimensions of Marvel versus Capcom, so Blanca with the smoke, it's shocking.
Sonic 3 stuck in Labyrinth Zone, perhaps had I slowed, taken my ocarina of time, I wouldn't be so TARDIS. More Doc Brown than Robotnik, time crisis and clumsy feet on some turtles in time. My toe, mitosis, cells like Joy Divisible, time so pivotal it has no brakes. And this game contains no hacks, no codes, and where we're going we don't need roads, but can going back in time ever bring us home? Pulsing metronomes, a memory card that keeps our save, even if gut perhaps rumble packs, mad pole position daps and hope to outrun Technicolor ghosts of vulnerable. Still we Galaga asteroids, ponging from Donkey Kong barrel jumps to Battletoads, froggering battle zones. We become our own guitar heroes, carving Dance Revolution into these arcade hearts like Captain Planet Planeteer, rings Green Lanterning our Wonder Print Tower. Activate, advocating for Street Fighters 2, on Streets of Rage, waging Mortal Kombat with repression, Killer Instinct Tekken, this fatality, finish him brutality of Golden Gun, sworn never to NBA Jam, reaching he's on fire.
Buckets, swinging haymakers at every Glass Joe and E Honda, ready for the bell to Soda Popinski. Roast enemies like Toasty, turn the power extreme to Lantern Ring and darkest days and darkest nights. No Joker escapes these Cape Crusaders. Detective comic saviors of Gotham's rotten core. Liu Kang kick doors open with Chun-Li flair. Akuma, the blues of abuse. Fuse moves make player onslaught. Saw dreadnoughts transform to Decepticons. Icon to Galvatron, made knowing is half the battle. Part of my lexicon, like Tony Stark and M. Bison. Poseidon's trident and 5 lions that defy logic. Well before we had the controller jumping over turtles and flower petals, trying to get to that boss, bursting blood vessels.
Mario lava levels where stars render us invincible, till stars wear off, turning one more continue. Clock call for coins, pit falling as we watch our sonic rings spill violently upon this mildewy garden's carpet. No checkpoint nor protection spells to Patronus us from space invaders who drugged and dragged us across floor. Controls pride from grip, joysticks robbed of it, cause when refuges turn, insert more credit screens. Home becomes a first-person shooter scene, dooming our half-life till Left 4 Dead. Halos dimmed by hollow points, our bodies given no respawn points, left with no choice but to keep running. Picture me uncontrollably Pac-Man guzzling numb, never ceasing one iota I consume, yomping through pellets, cherries, other empty sources of serotonin, ghosts gaining on me, nipping feet, broken controls, out of control, out of tokens, credits, pulses, lives.
Careful not to overdose on this construct expanse of earthworms and cuberts. Folks get hurt behind the same games that they enjoy. Madden, it happened back when you had to blow original Nintendo cartridge to keep it going. From opening scene to knee-deep in 10-yard fights, masked as walked from home, it was safe. Wouldn't trade days of Atari to ColecoVision, made any room a splatter house of turbo graphics, take the worst of pages and turn them into Luke Cage, Blade, or Bishop, Orion Pax, or Jax, Black Vulcan, or Orlando Calrissian. No matter where I went, press start always brought me back to the beginning.
Fleeing jaw unhinged, all while knowing I am not safe, not okay, playing waiting games with fate, so I stop my legs. Quiet the whir within this Arcadium chest cavity as I sit with the pain, honor it, let it pulse through me, find release, envision ways out this maze into free, knowing no ghost of a memory can ever seize control again. I watch the screen as ghosts go from terrifying to terrified of me, phantom while petrified, I-180 devouring triggers traumas as I brew a big buck hunting ghosts on some contrast, never registering. Life's a game with endless saves and new lives to gain, so while your credits still work, I say play the fucking game, take the risk, really live, in spite of all that tries to end us. Just remember, only you control your joy. Stick to it until the day your screen reads those end credits that tell us game over.
Peace.
Unmute yourselves and give it up for Paul Skiff.
That was good.
His delivery was on point.
Thank you.
The gentlemen always bring the energy and fire. You can follow Elemental. Check out his website, elemental.com. When you spell elemental, you take that T out. You put in the number 2. My man is on the left coast of the United States. And also, make sure you give Paul Con Queso a follow at Paul Con Queso. When you spell queso, that's with a Q, Q-U-E-S-O. He is the host of our karaoke night, which happens right after Hybrid on May 14th. Make sure that you check that out. Also, you could be joining us on Zoom for karaoke as well. I know many of you have. So for those of you who haven't, make sure that you join us, because we will see your beautiful face on the big screen as well, and you will get to be part of the fun. Man, karaoke night are lit. It is crazy. After, like, it's so great too. Like, after the poetry can be fun too, but there's also, with poetry there tends to be somewhat of intensity there, like, and it's just great. It's a cathartic experience. And then we have the karaoke where we just let loose. It is so much fun. Make sure you check it out. So, to give our next poet a little bit of a breather, I saw my man Poetastic come into the building and check us out. Shout out to my man Poetastic out there in Japan. This dude is all kinds of fire. If you don't know, make sure you go look him up. I also saw Marsha Rivera jump into the Zoom verse with us. Marsha likes to, she's so Brooklyn right there. I love Marsha right there. Make sure you check her out. Also, we got 2 people whose names I don't know. There is a Tucker Sampson. I don't know who Tucker is, but I hope you were enjoying yourself tonight. You have come on a great night where we're celebrating geek culture. And there's also someone else who I'm afraid I'm going to butcher your name. I am so sorry. I think it is pronounced Mayalis Aberin. I don't know who Mayalis is. I hope that I am pronouncing their name right. But I just want to let you know that I appreciate that you were checking us here out on the Monday night online open mic. So, with that being said, let us get back to the poetry. We are now going to a Philadelphia Phillies fan, but they are not out in Philly. I made that mistake before. They are in Jersey. And that is Terry Rose Jertson, a mainstay here at the Monday night online open mic. Terry, it is a pleasure to see you as always. Please let the people know where they can find you online, and then we ready for your poetry, sis. The floor is yours.
You can find me on Facebook under Teresa Rose Jertson, or you can find me on IG, which is Instagram, under iFunny's Mom. It's spelled IUFUNNIEZ Mom. Okay, so I didn't have anything on theme, but I kind of wrote some haikus while I was sitting here that were on theme. So maybe I'll just read that. So, okay. Jim, I'm a doctor. Pull yourself together, man. Beam me up, Scotty. Captain's log survey. Hostile life forms detected. Get us out of here. Star Wars trilogy. Luke and Leia, Darth Vader. He is your father. R2D2 showed Obi-Wan her only hope, plans for the Death Star. The child eats toads. Bounty hunter rescued him. Enemies vanquished. Mandalorian, Grogu doesn't play mind games. The Force is with him. So, yeah.
Unmute yourselves. Give it up for Terry Rose Jertson.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
on the spur. Gotta love on the spur.
Talk that Mandalorian. Go ahead. Terry.
I love it from the beginning. I'm such a geek. I caught that all from the beginning. But I love the fact that Terry Rose was like, I'm just gonna write this on the spot. Here you go. I'm just gonna bust this out right here. Awesome. Terry Rose Jertson, appreciate you, sis. Make sure you put your info into the chat so that people can know where to give you a follow. So, with that being said, I'd like to introduce the sung hero of the community, the man who's working so hard behind the scenes, and that is my man, Mr. Ron Mark Thompson. Oh, Ron, did you say I skipped someone? Because I know Nora was supposed to come up, but I think I skipped someone. See, I am juggling so many things behind the scenes that people don't know, but my man, Ron Mark, he just hit me in the chat. He's like, dude, how you going to miss Ed Foreman? All right, so Ron, you're going to introduce Ed as well. No, come on, Ron. I want you to make sure, let the people know what you got going on, where they can find you, and then you get Ed onto here. You make sure you pass him the mic. My man, Ed Poetastic, get ready. You're going to be called soon. Ron, the floor is yours, brother.
Thank you so much. I think I threw you off because we were trying to find Nora, and that just threw us off. So thank you. So yes, hi everyone. I'm your producer here on Mondays, Ron Mark Thompson. I just put the New York Poets Cafe info in the chat. Next week I also produce. Next week is going to be a busy week. Besides Monday, I'll also produce slam poetry at the cafe with Advocate of Hosts, which you can now also watch via Zoom, in case you haven't been able to make it there in person. And as Advocate mentioned a few times already, on Saturday, May 14th, hybrid open mic, 7 p.m., hosted by him, and thereafter karaoke, hosted by Paul Concasso, produced by myself, and assistant produced by Matthew Marikin. We're looking forward to that. Paul is just amazing. What a beautiful karaoke, really cool. In the meantime, this week, every day there is a program at the New Regan Poets Cafe, hosted and produced by many other amazing people, like tomorrow, Salsa Dance, every Tuesday this month, taught by none other than La Brua's own mother. A friend of mine from my library's writing circle actually knows her mother and took salsa dance classes with her. So if you ever wanted to learn how to dance salsa, Tuesdays this month is your chance at the New Regan Poets Cafe. Wednesdays, first Wednesday of the month this week, 8 p.m. Beatniks online, hosted by La Brua. 9 p.m. WOW, which stands for Women Orators Wednesday, which is hosted by Destiny Padilla from the Bronx. I know Destiny from many, many years ago. We met yesterday at Advocate's workshop as well. At La Brua's workshop. So, she was amazing as well. And Thursdays, as Advocate mentioned, Thursday night online open mic with none other than Ray Jane. And if you ever wanted to see more comedy, this Saturday, I believe it's the first or second time, every first Saturday of the month, 9 p.m., strictly stand-up open mic comedy night at the New Regan Poets Cafe. Now, personally, I'm Ron Mark Thompson on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I'll put that in the chat. I also run my own organization, Bronx Art and Fun Up. It's been a little light programming in my organization the last 2 weeks. I had some team changes, some updates, but I'm back to full work. This month, we're going to have 2 ekphrastic poetry and prose sessions. This Thursday with Lady Tiffany, 2.5 weeks from now with Eric Rosenbaum. And on Friday, which is actually good that I'm introducing Ed Poetastic, this Friday is the monthly open mic and workshop called A Ray of Sunshine, which I co-host with Ed Poetastic and Lady Tiffany. I put the Eventbrite link in the chat. You can sign up for this. Please come out. It's all free. I hope we can see you there. So on that note, because we didn't want to skip him, Ed, let me unmute you. from Washington, D.C. And always, he literally is the ray of sunshine, because with his rhymes, you know, with everything that he brings to us, he just makes it a better day. And I'm so curious, Ed, what did you bring for Geek Culture Evening? So Ed, how's it going with you? Glad to have you here. Glad to also see you on Thursday and Friday. Friday when you co-host with me at Bronx Art and Fun Up. But Ed, the floor is all yours. Introduce yourself to those who don't know you, and then go ahead with your poem.
Sure, no problem. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's ready for some fun under the moon of the sun. Great, the fun has just begun. My name is Ed Poetastic, and feeling fantastic. Please give me time to join my rhyme for Art for Sublime. I got another feature that it's not really a feature, but it's vocabulary. It's movie watch party, and every second Wednesday of each month with vocabulary. So if you ever want to watch movies, please come. We'd love to have you, so you can watch movies with some family. Okay, well, what better person to introduce you to New Yorker is Spider-Man, and I have a poem from him. This is called Webhead. My spider sense is tingling, danger must be near. It's time to punch culprits, thieves, and villains into tears. This is my ordinary life being Spider-Man. I do what any friendly guy with spider powers can. Swinging through vast building in these annoying span that's tight, trying to juggle the concept of what's wrong and right. This suit, a sticky emblem to wear. The hair burns I must bear, but never ever share. They say crime never sleeps, but God, give me a break for once. Just a measly time for a sleep or a bite for a quick brunch. My mind thinly grasping my funny innocence, my old easy life of being normal, I solely reminisce. Mary Jane, she's always the web beneath my wings. Her presence always makes my heart swing and sing. Aunt May, she's the sweetest thing next to my heart, and make sure nobody or nothing tears apart. Uncle Ben, I'm so sorry. I hope you're proud of me. I probably mean the most spectacular superhero. You'll see. Venom, he's always the oil in my clear pond, pushing my hero action in the great beyond. Carnage, Venom on overdrive. Every time I fight him, I'm surprised I'm still breathing alive. Rhino, he's such a dim-witting wrecking ball. Like they always say, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Dr. Octavius is a genius with a heart made of vibranium steel. He always keeps me on edge and on top of my heels. Green Goblin, my best friend, bipolar father. After I beat him, I need to prescribe him a great therapist or a doctor. Vulture, he's such a crazy bird brain. He goes that environment of common sense down the drain. Scorpion, he's a new definition of acid rain. I know his dry cleaning is a huge pain. Black Cat, she's my troublemaking minx. She's sexy. Sneaky still little jinx. Sandman, the crook who's fused with the sand. It really feels like me against the barren lands. Electro, he's always a joy to my side. He always leaves my cell phones and web shooters fried. Stanley, he was a magnificent Excelsior guy. Now he's not with us, but became a star in the sky. It's just my average day being your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, the savior of citizens and the punisher of madmen. Thank you.
All right, everyone, please go ahead and unmute yourself. And if
all right, on Ed.
Thanks. Way to go. Always fun. Always fun. That's why you're the Poetastic.
Because you're so enthusiastic. Thank you. You guys are
Oops, sorry, I muted you 1 second too early, but yes, Ed Poetastic, you are just amazing and Poetastic. What a great concept, Spider-Man. Ed, I'm going to suggest to DC and Marvel and all those companies that are in charge of the superheroes, you should be the next superhero. And you already have the name, Ed Poetastic. We don't even have to come up with a new name though, so you're good. Thank you so much, Ed. See him, at his movie night at Fincapillary, which I believe is every second Wednesday of the month and every first Friday of the month. He is with Bronx Art and Fun Up, and the word is right, a ray of sunshine. So with his rhymes, he always brings the sunshine. Thank you so much, Ed. All right. And by the way, I love our community here. I saw Paul's comment in the chat that Ray Chain is one of the features at Beatnext this Wednesday, which I didn't have a chance to check it yet. So thank you, Paul. This is why I'm so happy that we can all help each other out with all this amazing information. So keep supporting the New Regan Poets Cafe. Without them, we wouldn't be here on Monday evenings. On that note, let's move over to the West Coast, or as Advocate says, the left coast. Mr. Tess, are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right.
Mr. Tess, it's such a pleasure to introduce you. Go ahead, let everyone know, for those who don't know yet, who you are, and then go ahead with your poem.
Sure, I dropped my info on the chat. You can follow me on Instagram under Gaseous2019. I'm going to continue with I Am Not Your Chihuahua, part 6, the little guy behind me. I don't know if Advocate has caught all of them, but this is a little short this week, but we'll get it beefed up for another occasion. Gutturoglossia, glossia guttural. They can't handle the smooth roughness, taking two words meaning totally opposite. The lyrical engineer will take them, make them fit, create another definition out of the two. Latin alliance. I am not Juan Cagadera, nor Johnny Chincas. I'm the observer, stranger with a mythic pastiche identity, moving across your Orientalist folkloric imagination. Chuqueando y perreando my sideways crip walk across textual terrains through hedonistic phantasmagoric rituals, Thanatos mass cultural dirges, hyperreal symbolic misery, shuffling post-colonial Mexican, postmodern Gabacho discursive formations. I am payaseando al coyote Lupe Lastes, a sad Chicano clown, often faded and dithered brown skin, something akin to the gesturing, smile now, cabron, and cry later, puto gemelo clowns, signaling the symbolic mystery of erasing cause and effect, erasing the bandido instinct, hard to overcome because of the adulterated free rider nature of your inverted conflict between loyalty and greed. The stoic look behind the gafas, those are sunglasses for you guys, while squatting against the wall, meaning don't fuck with me, weakness. Smile now and cry later, my glossia attitude for the tough times in the hood. The chingado people's clown telling you if you step up, be ready to gamble your life. Yes, ready to gamble life. Borders don't apply now. East LA is everywhere, crunk. Mátenme a pedos que quiero morir cagado. End the piece.
Unmute yourselves. Give it up for Mr. Tess Somo.
Tess Somo.
Very
Hit
nice.
him.
Wow.
Give him
I
that
love the
Tess
cover.
talk.
Love the cover.
There's some gangster shit for you there.
Mr. Tess Somo. We like to talk about he gives the Tess talks, but I gotta be honest, I love it when he gets a little more personal. That's when I really feel like Tess shines the most. Part 6, I love it. No, I haven't gotten to hear all the parts, but whenever you featuring again, if it's online, I can watch it and you're gonna do all of it. I would love to. Mr. Tess Somo, make sure that you give this dude a follow. Shout out to him, a mainstay here at the Monday Night Online Open Mic. Also, I want to give a shout out because I did hear Ed Poetastic's poem, but there's one thing you forgot, Ed. You forgot Jack Kirby, okay? Just for y'all know, Stan Lee came up with the term Spider-Man, and they created Spider-Man to compete with Robin, Batman's Robin in DC, right? And it was Jack Kirby who had drawn his look and whatnot. So we always got to shout out Jack Kirby. Us geeks, man, we are staunch defenders of Jack Kirby. We love our Stan Lee, but Jack Kirby, man, big part of Marvel. So make sure you check that out. And I love the Rogues Gallery of Spider-Man. So I appreciate what Ed did. Make sure you give Ed a follow as well. Like I said, make sure you give Mr. Tess Somo a follow. And I love that background too. I love it. There's only one thing that we're missing about with the background of Tess is that his niece, the usual background he has, his niece did the background of that for him. Tess comes from an incredibly talented family, and Tess is gangsta. I don't care how smart he is. This dude is also a farmer, so he is strong as hell. You never want to get on that man's bad side. Mr. Tess Somo, appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much. All right, speaking of gangsters and not getting on that wrong side, we going to the Bronx with Tabitha. Now, Tabitha, I had the pleasure of She was in a workshop yesterday and she wrote this gorgeous prose poem that just tore everyone up. Tabitha has a soft side to her, but I'm not going to repeat that because she's from the Bronx and she'll cut me for it. And Tess Somo is too far away to defend me. So, Tabitha, let the good folks know where they can find you online. And then the floor is yours, sis.
Thanks, Advocate. One, Advocate got the best workshop. Sorry, I missed Brujas. Two, I'm not gonna do that poem from yesterday because then I feel like everybody heard it. So you guys had did something last week that I wanted to rock out. So I'm sorry I'm a week late. You guys did something to honor the poets, and I don't never know the name of shit, so forgive me. All right, we got two short ones. First stanza by Emily Dickinson. I can grieve whole pools of it. I'm used to that. But the least push of joy has fallen beside me. Its curved side has lifted caution, and here I am holding the signs of my own destruction. I can grieve at the sight of noise, on the grave of its absence. Both here nor there shall I be. Wandering about in a field he reaches through a vase I have not watered. I painted the illusion that has fallen beside me, pushing the tongue that silence has written, a cold night, possibly holding space. And then I got one more shorty. I always forget to promote myself and I'm very new at this. So I'm gonna remember right now, I'm Tab 001_poetry at Instagram. I appreciate the love. We have taken, identified by initials and a ring misplaced, the joy of a thing. We have ended at the far end of the water, keeping face to the expectation that a slight smile and a half wave at those passing has been enough. That pride, along with a long name, should be left at the altar. She bent her tongue to your note case. And for what is the action of love if it destroys a home? If we had show face to the truth that a storm is not a rainbow. Poetic material you have given past my consent, and now we bear foot to the truth. I love you guys. Thanks for the space.
Ooh, unmute yourselves and give it up for Tabitha.
Woo, yes, Tabitha.
Oh, Tabitha, that's how you bring that heat to
Loved
it.
it. Loved it. Loved it.
Nice to hear you listen too. Appreciate it.
Tabitha, make sure you put your info in the chat so the people know where to follow you. Tabitha, a mainstay here at the Monday Night Online Open Mic. Love having her on, yo. And whoo! I also love the fact that last week we did the Poets Appreciation where everyone on the Open Mic had to read a poem written by someone else to give love to the poets, because we are not just poets here, but we are poetry connoisseurs. I really feel like that's important, an important part of the culture. So Tabitha, I appreciate you being like, well, I missed it, but I'm still going to throw down. I appreciate that. Bronx in the building, love it. Also, one time, I forgot to do it. Can we all unmute ourselves and give it up for Ron Mark Thompson, the sung hero of this community?
Yes,
You are the hero of
Thank
it. Thank you.
Ron Mark Thompson, always giving love to everyone else, always working behind the scenes and helping us. That's why we call him the sung hero of the community. All right, let's keep this moving. Next we got coming up, oh babies, we have Andy Markurt. Andy Markurt is going to give us that smooth silkiness. Andy, where can we find you online? And we ready for whatever you got for us. Let's go.
Fantastic. You can find me on IG at Andy Meerkat in the bubble below my head. Hello. I am off theme. So I wrote a poem, and you know what? I'm not even going to bother to introduce it. Here we go. This is all new shit, so we're going to see how it plays. It's called Self-Crucifixion is a lot like masturbation when you measure them by payoff. Self-crucifixion feels a lot like masturbation, and that isn't as strange as it sounds. especially when you consider it's still your hand doing the hammering to an oblivion of a kind. But really, what's the difference when they both lead to a moment of death, only one a little more permanent? Confession only works when you say enough Hail Marys to stop the behaviors that our fathers are too conveniently busy to intervene in. I don't know enough about my own soul to care to save it. Every little boy becomes a little bit toxic the day they learn they'll never be good enough, not for the action heroes of our fantasies we idolize, not from the girl across from them in the bedroom we fantasize about if they idolize us. Bathed in a resilience beyond our own understanding, life becomes about making a mark to prove you were there, and once you chiseled out the fantasy of your own identity, we wake up to find we had no clue who we were amongst the wreckage. Boys are never called beautiful. Beautiful is simply never a word uttered except by our mothers, which is why all men look for her in the women they date, because who else will say it to them? No amount of bras or man-ups or toughen up ever makes us truly forget what it meant to be beautiful. Behind our child smiles, we learn are too feminine to show, too loud to express, too revealing to repeat. We order the dinners of our dates because this tradition puts the needs of them ahead of our own. Our taste buds numb from being clamped against the roof of our own mouths, clenched jawed so hard we forget to taste the food we told ourselves was the manly thing to order. Carrying a cross to the site of our own crucifixion, built of all the times we couldn't feel our way into a connection, replacing it with the steady hammering of a learned nightmare handshake that tells us the sunset we see isn't worth crying over, and the excitement we feel isn't something to be shared. And in the darkness, on nights alone, in the dim light of our phone, we hold ourselves in rough hands and wonder, what if we just hammer hard enough? Will it finally end? Thank you very much.
Unmute yourselves. Give it up for Andy Markurt.
I think that new shit slapped.
All right, Andy.
Yeah.
It's all poured over the peach.
I love that new shit.
Thank you. There, always.
You're beautiful. You're beautiful.
Make sure you go give him a follow at Andy Markurt. Shout out to Papa Markurt too. I know every now and then he checks out, so like I never know when he's gonna check us out, so I gotta make sure that I throw his name out there anyway. But go give Andy a follow at Andy Markurt, a mainstay here at the Monday Night Online Open Mic. We love him. We love having him here, Andy. Appreciate you very much, brother. All right, now we are going to, I believe this is his first time on the Monday Night Online Open Mic, Matt Donovan. Matt, am I right? This is your first time joining us?
Oh yeah, this is my first time.
Awesome. Where are you? So where are you located? You don't got to give us your exact address, but your whereabouts. Where are you located, Matt?
Yeah, I'm in Ridgefield, Connecticut now, but I am from the Bronx originally.
BX in the building. I love the BX, but shout outs to Connecticut too. Nice to get away there. That means you're not too far, Matt. I hope that you take a trip down to the New York Poets Cafe sometime soon. We're open again.
Yeah, definitely planning on it.
Awesome. Good answer. Good answer. You're off to a great start, Matt. Okay, so you see how the people are doing here. First, if you have social media and you'd like to promote it, you let the people know where they can find you online, and you've got 3 minutes to rock out, whether it's on theme or not. Welcome to the Monday Night Online Open Mic, Matt. The floor is yours.
All right, thank you very much. This is one I've been working on. My mind decided to ignite a fire. Behind wide eyes, I felt fried by my own wires, capsized beneath a brine of frightening insight. Each blinking hour's fear intrusions of this life's ultimate conclusion, moaning gripes but no viable solutions as I sought only absolution. For atonement, I cried alone, shaking, new face in my mirror faking, no known ways to take the stone from off my throat and break it, or fight the fire alone inside my bones and somehow slake it. Had I been flown from all notions of home? Have you known these delusions that make days gray, cold, and confusing? For weeks, my mind's illusions formed one huge weight holding me. It fed an endless drone in me. Each day's waking look I'd take, its draining face enclosing me. On the 20th century's final day, a delicate fate enfolded me, as patient as Satan's baking hatred while he stood over scolding me. Take thy beak from off my neck once more and free the gold in me. Daddy's pay pushed therapy's safety away, denying hope from me. Insurance just a lie that could not break me from life's vacancy. My age just 2 times 10, engrossed in fear and sex's latency. I pray, but no one stays. We've yet no saviors in this play, you see. Just an undone son wanting to shout, I've won one day and then unfailingly. Or else I'll rip the sun, possessions, memories, and the soul from me to taste the steel as daddy's scattering gun proceeds to open me. That's it, thank you.
Unmute yourselves. Give it up for Matt Donovan.
One of us.
One of us.
Thank you.
One of us. One of us.
Go, man.
So you see, Matt, you heard the people saying one of us, right? That means you messed up. It means that the people want you to be one of us, and that means every Monday night you're going to have to come and hang out with us. You're in the cult now, Matt. That's it. I don't know what you do on Monday nights but I know what you got to be doing now. Matt Donovan, brother, welcome to the Monday Night Online Open Mic. Had quite a few quotables in that poem. Make sure you check out the chat. People are saying nice things about you. And I don't know if you have social media or not. You didn't mention it. So if you just forgot and you want to put it in the chat, you can. If not, it's cool. There are a few of us who don't have social media here. We're in witness protection program. We respect that. It's all good. Matt Donovan coming to us from Connecticut by way of the Bronx. BX in the building. Welcome to Mondays, Matt. Do not be a stranger. Appreciate you, brother. All right, let's keep it going. Next, we got coming up, Mr. Thomas Connor. Oh, shoot. Looks like Thomas stood up, man. Looks like Thomas stood up. He got ready. He was like, yo, what? I got to follow that fire poem from Matt. All right, I got a poem. Thomas, let the good folks know where they can find you online. And I know you in a good mood after the Mets threw that no-hitter. So let the folks know where they can find you online, and then the floor is yours, brother. A pleasure to see you again.
Likewise. What's up, everybody? Thomas Connor. You can find me on Facebook at Thomas Connor and TAC7371 at Instagram. I'm just going to get to it. Just wrote this. Want to hear it? Here it go. Just woke up to another average Brooklyn midday morning as we lamped on the lamppost around the corner. Our B41 hangout, wax skelly caps in hand, as I pulled the killer Dilla just before class. Daryl, Cedric, Alex, and me. Wrecking Crew 1982. Often bum rush cats just for fun. Flatbush, urban limo, back doors open wide. To Marine Park Junior High, we rocked for free. Just another average Brooklyn day for me. Middle fingers thrown up to them cats at Hoodie. We'll catch you later around the way. Just another Brooklyn day for me. Oh, damn, it's 10 p.m. Tomorrow we'll do this shit all again. Maybe. Peace.
Unmute yourselves and give it up for Thomas Connor, y'all.
Yeah. Dope.
A great night.
Real shit.
Yes, Thomas. Yes.
So some of us are in witness protection program and some of us incriminate ourselves on the Monday Night Online Open Mic. But yo, it be gangster like that sometimes. Thomas Connor, make sure you go give my man a follow, a mainstay here at the Monday Night Online Open Mic. I'm excited for August for the Subway Series, Yankees versus Mets. I got tickets. Me and my lady, Mariah, are going to be going to check out one of them games. So, the Monday after that, me and Mariah are going to be all talking shit to Thomas, man. Like, your team sucks, yeah. Well, we better win. We better win. Mets are looking good this year. Yankees and Mets got the best record in Major League Baseball. So, all right. Next, coming up to the microphone, we haven't heard her in a while, and she is a beast, and that is Noelia Cerna. And I am so happy that Noelia is back, because Noelia has many wives in this community, which means that my girlfriend can't get to them like Hayley. So, Noelia, thank you, my savior. Although my girlfriend likes your stuff too, right? Like, I'm not gonna get into it. She be liking it too. You know, like I said, she be like, I gotta be watching it, but I can't blame her, right? Noelia got fired. Noelia, let the folks know they can find you online, and remind them that you got enough wives that you're not gonna steal my girlfriend. And then we ready for your poetry, sis. The floor is yours.
Look, we always recruit an advocate. I'm not gonna lie. You can find me at nevertheless_Noelia. This is an older poem. I haven't performed it in a long time, so here we go. It's easy to fall in love with abuse, to believe being broken is worth the feeling if someone says they love you best in pieces. This is how your father and I met. He asked me out on a date while debating the relationship between art and pain. He claimed that marble must be busted to become beautiful, that statues are only great because they've been shaped by violence. I told him that not all beauty comes through brute force, that some things are perfect without a hand ever being laid on them, but he maintained the worthwhile works come only from pain. The first time your father hit me, I remember tracing the dark outlines of the marks and thinking, no one has ever caressed me with such an intense force before. No one has ever adored my body enough to lose control, to grasp the wet clay of my throat, forming dark rings and ripples along my neck, sculpting the textures of my breathing beneath his palms. When it was over, he cradled me in his arms, whispered in my ear that he could make me perfect if I let him. How could I hate him for being unable to restrain his affections, for finger painting purple desire on my skin, for leaving his passion branded on my frame? I was his masterpiece. And as the months went by, he would paint and repaint me, break and reshape me. And with every revision, I would feel more complete. The coppery taste of red paint seeping from between cracked plaster lips became the price for those moments where I could savor the sweet shades in his voice when the outburst of rage ended. He told me that his signature belonged on me, so no matter where I went, he could find me. I didn't understand that this was a threat. And then came the soft splash of pink from you, molded in my womb. My very own blank surface to cover with love. That was the first day I stopped tasting red paint. I tasted blood. It was the first time I wasn't covered in watercolor, but in bruises. And I knew that one day, if he had the chance, he would sledgehammer your future too. That if I didn't leave him, your only inheritance would be necklace bruises and bracelets of scar tissue. I packed up everything I owned, carefully wrapped every bit of this exhibition in tissue paper, tucked it safely between cardboard, shoved into suitcases. But when it came time to decide how to preserve you, I couldn't find the room, couldn't see any way I could properly protect you when I knew no gallery on earth could hide you from him. You were safer, staying inspiration, an idea, a memory, words alone preserved in untouched perfection. I won't call you an abortion, just the empty page, the never shaped clay, the block of marble no one will ever get to break. Thank you.
Unmute yourselves and give some energy to Noelia.
Always beautiful. Always.
Wow.
So good.
Got poem in
Yeah.
Always.
Oh my God.
Makes me want to throw a pot and form something.
Noelia Cerna, make sure that you go and you give her a follow. I thought she's a beast with the poetry. She is a beast with the pen. A mainstay here on the Monday night online open mic. Don't be a stranger. I know everyone has a life and they got friends and they gotta go live and they gotta go take care of things. But you need to come back and take care of us. We need your poetry. At nevertheless _ Noelia. Make sure you go give her a follow. And you must have really messed up some people in here like Tabitha, because I sent Tabitha a message and she hasn't responded yet on Zoom. So Tabitha, go take a look at that, all right? I sent you a message on Zoom, all right? Now that Noelia's piece is done, you can chill out, all right? Now go focus on that message. All right, with that being said, now we are going to Hario, who we haven't heard from in several weeks. I don't know what he could be doing that's more important than hanging out with us, but he is here with us. And I believe, Hario, you were here recently at the cafe, though, weren't you?
Yes, I was lurking about during the karaoke night. I missed the open mic because I have no sense of time, and but I made it. I sang a couple tunes. I bought a couple beers. I made friends with a tattoo artist. Life was good.
That's right. Our man Ralph. Ralph is one of our house managers here at the cafe, and he's an ill tattoo artist. That's right. All right, Hario. So make sure you come to Hybrid, though, man. You fire. I think I remember you from
every intent. I'm thinking about doing this next piece. It's fresh from this morning, so forgive that. This is Geek Night. I am a nerd, and this title is called...
Oh, before you start, wait. Let the people know they can find you online if you want to, and then go to your piece. Like if you got social media and stuff like that, or witness protection program. It's all right, whatever you got.
That's fine. You can find me at Hario Tsuzawa at literally everything. No one take that name because it's weird in mine. So it'll be very easy. Shout out to NJ Pizza, still better. But we're gonna move on before people think about that. This poem is on honor of Geek Night, called IYKYK. If you know, you know. Every time I'm on, I make people play a game like Jigsaw. So if you can name these references, I want to see them in the chat. And whoever gets the most gets a high five next time I see you. All right. You're too close, young buck. Back up from the TV was advice my folks always used to give me. I couldn't help it watching on the floor, watching all those TV shows like Foster's Home or Codename Kids Next Door. There was a kind of comfort back then, spending 30 minutes in those worlds of animation where shit like a Jamaican Grim Reaper losing limbo made sense, where 10-year-olds could save the earth by turning into 10 different aliens. Sure, those kids have problems like big sisters or mutant monsters, but no matter the predicament, a mind most creative and a tight-knit group of friends was all you needed to have it all wrapped up neat by the end. Oh, how I wish that was true. How I wish life imitated Looney Tunes. How I wish evil looked and acted like Aku instead of men in suits blaming people looking like me and you for rising crime rates on the news. I get blue. Wishing for a type of war that could be won by the young who controlled all the elements instead choose peace to stop all the violence. How I'd wish for the type of friends who would defend me with their life. Just two. The type to sit with you and not mind wasting time, scheming some jawbreaker heists all throughout the night. How I wish I wasn't alone at home to have one conversation with Uncle Iro, so when I lost my way, he could show me where to go. To have Spike's charisma when pretty girls were out on the prowl looking for their next beau. To have Goku's strength when bullies bruised my skin or Dad's knuckles broke my bones. I wish Andre 3000 taught me how to sing my song. I wish I had more courage like that cowardly dog. I wish people cried when I said goodbye like my name was Tom. I waited years for Hogwarts' letter of acceptance to reach me, but I just wasted away under the stairs in that cold, cramped pantry, wishing for a family on the screen who chose endless love and kept the dinner table clean, who kept dinner free from their past regrets on what could be if they didn't have a son whose highest grades was a D, a family who didn't expect someone different than he could ever be. I think that's why I sat so damn close to that TV. I saw them kids happy, and damn, I wish they was me. Thank you.
Ooh, unmute yourselves. Give it up for Hario.
Yes.
Phenomenal, man.
Yo.
Thank you.
Oh,
Good job, Hario.
that animation shit. Let's go.
I love it. I love how he turned it into a game. Then I also love like how at the end he also like kind of broke our hearts. We were like, oh, this is a game. Let's play. And then at the end it was like, oh shit, this is real. Hario, put your info in the chat so the people can give you a follow. Hope to see you at the cafe soon. Again, do not be a stranger on the Monday nights, man. And you ain't disappointing us. So get away from the TV and get close to your computer with us. All right, all right. Hario, my man's fire. Love it, love it. All right. So with that, open up the wrong window. With that being said, after Hario, we've got Hayley V. Hayley V is fantastic, but muscle memory is starting for me to not like Hayley V because I whisper sweet nothings into my girlfriend's ear and she responds, "Did you hear Hayley's poem last night?" Jesus, what baby? It's just me and you. And you want to talk about Hayley? Oh my God. Hayley, let the folks know where they can find you online so that their relationships could be ruined as well. And then let's hear your fantastic poetry because you really do have fire. The floor is yours, sis.
Hi guys, I'm so sorry. I did not know I was causing such a rift. Not sorry at all. Hi, Mariella. Okay, it's been a while. I took a break because shit's been really hard over here, and it's gonna get better. But for the last year and a half, my fiance and I have been taking care of his dad, and he passed away at the end or at the beginning of April, and we miss him so much. But so I've been trying to be present, and coming back to poetry has been really beautiful, and I've found a lot of love in it, and so I'm happy to be back. Both of these could be loosely tied to the theme if I really tried. One's got to do with books. The other one is because I have a slight obsession with the Queen's Gambit. Both are kind of short, so I'm going to hit you with both. They're both new. This one is called If Pain is a Book. If pain is a book, then I have volumes living on the shelves of my bones, making an intricate collection of dust so lonely, it clings to the cobwebs that spiders have left behind. If pain is a book, then I am the library of everything I have survived. If pain is a book, then I am tired of being the librarian. That's my first one. Second one is called A Poem in Which the Chess Game is a Metaphor for My Mental Health. Every week, my ghosts and my demons sit down for a game of chess on the county line, dividing 2 checked boxes on a discarded mental health assessment questionnaire. The stakes? Me, for the weekend. As they play, they do not gloat, they do not taunt, they do not smile. They have no appetites to satisfy, no egos to placate. They are equal parts past and future me. Their stares stretch long with the matter of my mistakes opaque in their bellies. This is their curse. With each echoless flick of their fingers, they punish me far better than either could ever plot alone. And as the end game appears like the latch of a steel trap sighing closed, I see myself from every angle. I am the pale and inked queens they try to capture. I am the harlequin board they scrape against. I am the pawns they drag about. And I am the light shining down on their play. See how I flicker. Thank you, guys.
Unmute yourselves. Give it up for Hayley V. Y'all give us some energy.
Oh, baby.
The chess poem, just incredible. Yeah. Thank you.
Hayley V, such a fantastic poet. Make sure you give her a follow at Poetry by Hayley. And on a serious note, Hayley, like, we sending all of our love to you. I'm sorry for your loss, and send our love to your fiance as well. Totally understand why you have been away. Do whatever it is you got to do. You always got a home here when you return. I will begrudgingly accept you back in, no matter what Mariella says to me. But do it like Hayley, baby. I can't do it like Hayley. Damn it. Make sure you give her a follow at Poetry by Hayley. Woo. This has been a fun night. We got one more poet to go, and I've needed this energy because, like I had told y'all before, I'm filming a commercial for CBS. I'm doing it tomorrow morning. Today has been a rough day, so tonight has given me energy. I appreciate y'all. And now we are going to a man who got a cut and dyed his hair, and that is Michael James Haley. What, you thought we wasn't going to notice, Michael? You thought we wasn't going to notice? We noticed. You in the Zoom box. We see you, brother. Let the folks know where they can find you online, and then the floor is yours.
All right. This is my natural hair color, actually. It was dyed before, but yes. Happy to be back here. I missed you guys. I do plan on coming to the cafe soon. It's not gonna happen for a couple more weeks because I'm traveling for work, but soon I am gonna be in the cafe. I'm gonna read. I don't have anything on topic, nothing particularly geeky, so I'm just gonna start with like a light poem about fearlessness and apathy. This is called "Life Doesn't Frighten Me at All." Maya Angelou and Basquiat collaborated on a children's book called Life Doesn't Frighten Me, and that inspired this poem. If I can find it, sorry. Okay. Life doesn't frighten me at all. No longer a fear, but a steamboat whistle. Mickey Mouse on the swivel, eyes shut to the drivel. An ear to ear smiling at the would-be beguiling. Up the skirt, hook and pull, mallets played on tooth of bull. No longer a fear, but a flickering desire, a single flame fire, enough heat to perspire. The finger tracing ember chasing frost in late December, burning parallel to spine, whiskey neat and brandy wine. This life, it doesn't frighten me at all. No longer a caring, but an open oversharing. All temptation and daring, baseless war declaring, a sought-after fight on a celebration night, smiles through a busted lip, savoring the bloody drip. No longer a caring, but a flippant rebuttal, the shoulder-shrugging shuffle, dulcet speech gone guttural, and anything but subtle childish splashing in the puddle, a revelation made in spite, tantrum thrown in sheer delight. No longer a caring, now a flagrant disavowment, a worry-free endowment, hola, ça va, and ciao. The painted upper brow on a chicken, pig, and cow. A turn at non-compliance, meek becomes the giant. That's the first one. I'm gonna read one more. And this is one of my favorite things I've ever written. It's actually a poem for New York. I've written like 2 of these so far, and they get progressively like more meta, and it's like, oh, I've been living here longer and I can like make slight references, but still not quite where I want to be. Anyway, this is called New York to the New Yorkers, a love letter. You're a real fucking pain, you know that? Every day up in the morning, pounding the pavements, sounding your horns, enthralled in the hustle. Don't mistake me, I don't knock it. Injecting yourselves like speed into the veins of my underground so you can shoot up town for the late night cabal, dim-lit debauchery and sub-basement speaks in the endless revolution against blue and our streets. I stand with you, but you're a real pain. It's no wonder I never fucking sleep. And what do I say as I lay awake? And what do I do as I lay awake? Listen to the endless rumble of above-ground trains that transport you through synapse to the nerves of my being. Listen to maddening artists prophesize their greatness, to maddening artists who drink to a self-perceived inadequacy. I sing along to the subway song and peddle my wares to the track rats as a songstress in a jazz club pours her soul into a microphone, singing a vagabond blues in that old New York, where you repaint diluted stars with a fractured moon. As I lay awake, day in and day out, hearing testimony of this great city, I scoff at what I'd be without you. The New Yorkers, you're a real fucking pain, but at least you're not tourists. Thank you, everyone.
Unmute yourself. Give it up for Michael.
Yeah, that's called last line damage right there, man.
Love it. And it puts the good.
I love that last line. I love the last line of both of those poems. Michael James Haley, who recently got a poem of the week here. Make sure you go give him a follow. Michael, you can also put your info into the chat so people know where to find you. So, normally I host the Wednesday night online the Wednesday Poetry Slam Open here at the cafe. I'm not going to be doing that this Wednesday. First Wednesday, it is Women Orators Wednesday. So if you want to come out to the cafe, y'all, make sure that you do that. That is going to be at 9 p.m. Eastern, at 8 p.m. La Bruja is hosting the Beatnik series. You can find that online. And two of our own, one from the online, Ray Jane, is going to be there. And also the host of the Wednesday, the Women's Orators Wednesday, Destiny, is also going to be there. There's going to be 4 features for the Beatniks on there. Also, every Sunday we do the workshop series, except for this Sunday because it's going to be Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to everyone who is a mom that is coming up. Of course, I'm going to say it one more time on Monday. And we will be back next Monday. I don't even know what the theme is for next Monday. Wait, let me check it real quick. The theme for next Monday is, I'm so into this theme that I forgot about next Monday. It is there. Wait, where is it? There it is. Oh yeah, maternal nature. It's Mom's Day. We're gonna represent that. We're gonna enjoy that. Of course, poets, you can flip it however you want. You can give me a follow. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Look up Advocate of Wordz. Every Monday we do this. Next show is going to be number 110. For 110 weeks in a row, we have been doing this. It's a fantastic community. Make sure you put on your calendars. May 14th, we have the hybrid open mic followed by the karaoke right here at the cafe. If you have not sent your poems in to me, make sure that you go and you get them together. Any poem that you have performed on a Monday or Thursday night online open mic and you like them in the anthology, make sure that you get to that to me. Shout out to the sung hero of the community, our producer, Mr. Ron Mark Thompson. And all night long, you have heard my voice, and because I am about community, we're going to end it with someone's voice other than my own, but we're going to stick in the Bronx tonight, and that is with Tabitha. Tabitha, take us home. The floor is yours.
Thanks, Advocate. I greatly appreciate it. Good night, sweet poet. Thank you for sharing what you have written. Good night, sweet poet. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Good night, sweet poet. May your dreams be as imagination as tonight's poet. Good night, sweet poet. Thank you for inviting the spirit of Miguel Agaran into your home. This has been the Monday night open mic presented by the New York Rican Poets Cafe, hosted by Advocate of Wordz. On behalf of the community tonight, I, Tabitha, would like to say good night, sweet poet. Advocate, I'm sorry I fucked up. Thank you for the opportunity.